Hi family and welcome to another Movie Maniac Monday. So hi, welcome. And thank you very much for all the support and love you give to this channel. So without wasting any time, so for today our movie review, we are reviewing a movie by the name Infinity. So this movie is quite interesting, I must say, because this movie it's all about your reincarnation, mental problems, and so on. So in this movie, it's all about people which can live, which don't die. They do pass away, but then they just get reincarnated over and over again. And then one side, which is the believers, they believe that that's a good, actually a good thing, so because you can just make the universe or the earth a better place when you keep on coming back, because you just keep on coming back fixing things. And the other side feels like that's unfair because they are carrying all the scars of the past and they just don't die, it just keeps on coming back again. So that movie it's all about that in reincarnation. And then around there's an egg which if they find the other the bad side, if they find the egg, they will destroy the universe, so there won't be any reincarnation happening. And the other side, which is the believers, wants to stop that side which wants to finish everything. So this movie is quite interesting in the fact that if you look at mental problems and so on, so it starts whereby, let me just give you a brief description about the movie without rambling on. It says that the movie, it's a 2021 movie. The age is PG-13 and it plays for 1 hour and 46 minutes. It's an action, science fiction, and thriller. It says a man discovers that his hallucinations are actually visions from past lives. So that's how the movie goes. So it's quite a good movie. The movie's main characters, I'm just gonna name the few. It's Nora Bryman, which is one of the people which keeps on coming back and relive her life. And then you've got Bathurst, and then you've got Evan McKaylee, which is the main character. And then you've got Treadway and the Artisan. So that movie, it's all about, you know, those crazy characters which look like maniacs or crazy people. So it kind of like, so the main character, where it started with the main character, which is supposed to be the reincarnation of Treadway. He's struggling from his early age, teenage years of mental problems. He was hospitalized due to mental disorder. He was like diagnosed with schizophrenic. So all his life he goes through all of those, seeing visions, feeling like his head, there's more than one voice in his head. Or that's how he goes, he can't keep a job. And whenever he goes to interviews and the interviewers find out that maybe he was hospitalized for some sort of a mental problem, then they kind of rejects him. So it also goes back to, I know when it comes to mental problems, there's not like a really straight diagnosis, this is the problem. There's a lot of people which are going through mental problems and they can't explain what's going on. And yes, it does affect their daily lives. It does affect how they live their lives as well, because you can't really hire somebody which you know this person might be schizophrenic, because you don't really know what happened, when do the voices starts to go off in the head. So there's a lot of things which as society we don't know when it comes to mental problems. So the person goes to the interview, doesn't get the job because of his track record. He was hospitalized due to his schizophrenic disorder, and then he lives on popping pills which he's got, so he gets from a drug dealer. So what happened is this, for him there's certain things which he kind of finds easy to do without even knowing how. So he made this beautiful sword which he went to go sell at the drug dealer, not really sell but to go change for tablets, the tablet which he's using to keep himself under control. So when he got there, things went south because the drug dealers started going off at him, and he was like acting crazy, and they didn't give him his right amount of tablets. But the guy's got some skills, like skills out of this world. So he managed to have a little bit of a fight with the drug dealer, which is supposed to give him the tablets in exchange of the sword which he made. But then the drug dealer was just showing off, and then he wanted to cut off the girlfriend's hand, and then he had to protect the girlfriend and fight with the drug dealer. So he went out of the place running, and he took his sword with, and then he was chased by the police. So he becomes interested when he gets arrested by the police, and then at the police station, there's a guy which comes, and the guy's name, which is also part of the Infinite, his name is the guy's name which comes to visit him at the police station is Berthurst, which is acted by Chiwetel Ejilofo. So he comes and visits him at Bathurst at the police station. And when he gets to the police station, he's trying to remind him, do you know who you are? He's trying to play all the tricks, like trying to play a Russian roulette with him. And then eventually showed him some sort of a sling which was made of a leather. It was like from the primitive years, and then he remembered, like he could remember all the past lives, whether from the Renaissance, whether from the French Revolution, you name it, he can remember. So that's one of the things which contributed towards him being schizophrenic and having some mental issues. It's because of all the visions which he thought were hallucinations, only to find out it's visions from his past life. So he met him at the police station, and then started to wanting to know, does he remember who he is, how did he came about being knowing how to make the perfect, I forgot the name of the sword, but it's got a specific name, which is a Japanese ancient sword. And the guy eventually remembers him, and then in the midst of all that interrogation, and then Bertha started trying to tell him who he is, who he is the reincarnation of now. And it turns out he is now the reincarnation of a guy called Treadway. And the guy called Treadway is the one which hid the egg, which is supposed to protect the universe from being destroyed by Bathurst. So in the middle there, a lady comes driving through the police station, shooting and bombing everything, and then is the one which eventually managed to rescue Ivan. He's the guy, our main character's name is Ivan. Managed to rescue Ivan from the police station and from Bathurst. And then eventually there's a drive off shooting and you name it, and then eventually Ivan wants to know who's the girl is, and the girl turns out that she is Nora, and Nora was the partner of Threadway, and then Nora and Threadway are just infinite lovers. They always meet in every reincarnation and become lovers. But this time around, what happened is this: Threadway was there's a certain bullet which they use, and if you get shot by that bullet, you don't. The bullet takes your soul. So Bathurst has been shooting and killing them with a bullet which actually takes away the soul. So the soul are stored somewhere in Bathurst's office. So this time around, Treadway didn't come back, and Nora didn't get his infinite partner. So Nora now is the girl which comes up into the action to come rescue Evan from Bathurst in the police station. And then Evan is the one now which has got the memory of Threadway. So when Nora took him, she took him to the infinite headquarters where he met the others which were like him. So at the headquarters he met Kovic, Garak, Trace, And yeah, so that's the people he met at the infinite headquarters, which were also the believers. So they work together. They try to reboot his memory to remember, and it turns out that he can't really remember what actually happened on Treadway's last mission. Where did he hit the egg, which is supposed to save the universe before if Barthas gets it? Because if Barthas gets the egg and he managed to do whatever he wants to do with it, that's how he was going to destroy the universe. So even is the new Treadway, so he gets to the infinite headquarters, start practicing, start doing some mind memory rebooting, rejuvenating, and it turns out there's just a glitch. They can't get into his mind, and apparently he has a plate or something in his head which is blocking. So they had to take him to another person. The person's name is called the artisan. So the artisan is the one which is good with the brain surgeon, brain memory chips and everything. So yes, eventually he manages to take out the chip from the plate from his brain, and then they remember what happened to the egg. And then when Ivan came back from the whole process of rebooting his memory and trying to remember, he came back and told them what happened, where is the egg, and the egg was inside Treadway's body. Because when he died, he said, "Look within." So from there on, the movie starts to be about protecting the egg, trying to get first to find the egg and how they can protect the egg not to get into the bad hands and so on. So it's a quite interesting movie if you like things which make really makes you to think about it. And yes, the movie, apparently it was based on a book. Then it says that the movie made its way into Hollywood through crowdsourcing. The movie is based off the book, Reincarnationist Papers by D. Eric McCranes. Eric found it difficult to catch the attention of a literary. So the apparently the movie is based on a book, as you can hear. So it was quite a good movie. I don't have any problem with it, and it really made me to focus on especially mental issues when it comes to mental issues and people which suffer mostly mental issues, what are mostly the underlying of mental issues, because this one just shows that actually maybe the voices in your head which you're hearing, it's not you going crazy, it's actually things which you remember from your past life, or things which keeps on coming back into your mind. So it was quite an interesting movie, and also it also shows the stigma around mental issues when it comes to finding a job, because people always wonder when are you going to lose it and start to wanting to kill them or running around like a crazy maniac. So it is quite an interesting movie, and yes, I think in this society we need to talk. So uh, in this society we need to talk about mental issues, because not all people are strong and they can take anything. Other people are sensitive, other people things affect them differently than others. I know there's people which got thick skins, they can take anything, but there's people which, as much as they will show a strong face and they as if everything is going well, they still break down, and eventually that leads to suicide. I know a lot of celebrities which seem to be like happy people out there. They used to make people laugh, and we thought everything was right, only to find out they were suffering from depression, and eventually they took their own lives and so on. So besides messing up everything, for me, one thing which I got out of this movie is the whole mental issue about how society still doesn't really recognize the seriousness and the importance of taking care of our mental well-being. So yes, the movie was quite interesting. There was drama, there was action, there was thriller, there was everything. But for me, what I take out of the movie is the teaching that, yeah, you do get judged if you've got any mental issues. So, family, without wasting any time today or stretching this, it's already late. I will say goodbye and thank you very much for all the support and welcome to all the new subscribers and thank you. Hopefully you will stick around, and to all those which are watching and you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Maybe you might find something which you like on the channel. We've got something different every day. So thank you, family. Hopefully we'll see each other again next week for our movie Maniac Monday with another movie. So for today, we did Infinite as our movie. As you all remember, to infinity and beyond. But this one was not to infinity and beyond. It was something more serious. So I hope everybody had a wonderful Monday. And for me, I would like to say thank you for the support. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, like, and also recommend the channel to anybody which you think might enjoy it. Thank you very much, family. Hopefully, we'll see each other again next week. Bye.